What's up, nerds? Welcome back. Grimace Grimoire is here in the inn, ready to set out and take on the world. So I've got already bought a couple things while not on stream. So I got a couple runes here, and I also purchased another keg. So I got a full Greater Cure keg here. I also bought this little wooden box from the provisioner, and just organized everything here so it's a little bit more less cluttered. Let's go put these. Now there's only 3 fertile dirt. We don't need to put those up for auction. What I would like to do though is to see if there is a mage in town. And we'll see if a mage would mark us a rune. Handy Hank I think is a new player, so is Bardo. Probably not enough magery. Let's see who's in the building. There's a cat. Noobest lad. I mean, it doesn't sound like a mage, but you never know. Who was that? That was Talbot the Ranger? Nah, that was not. I think that was Lockwood. Lagier. Well, I'm not sure. Today, let's type in DOTW here and see what Dungeon of the Week is. Today, Dungeon of the Week that we're interested in is this Scholar's Week, and it is wrong. So the dungeon for improving our skill is going to be the dungeon wrong. So if there's no mages in town, we can probably just head right on over there and get grinding the skills. Gold check is 67k. Ooh, JDL, I think, can mark some runes. Let me go see if they would mind. Hail, are you a mage? I am looking for a mage to pay to mark some runes. Well, that was the end of that encounter. What else do we have here? I'll try for another minute or two, and after that, time to get on about our day. So this is the Admirable Grimace Grimoire, Grandmaster Armsman, ready to set out on another adventure. I have not macroed any of this skill gain. This is all natural adventuring in a dungeon skill gain. And he's at 100 mace, 100 tactics, 99.8 anatomy. Then parrying, hey, we broke 90. That's not bad. 90 on parrying. And then 73 musicianship. And what else here? 67 provoke, 66 healing. You know, I think we're just going to get on after it. It would be nice to get a rune book, this rune book that we bought, get a few runes in that, but for now, we're just going to go get our adventure on. So, I've already restocked the potions and bandages. I do need a recall scroll. You know, I think I'm going to carry 2 just in case. I don't know why. Oh, you know what? Now that we have our tactics at GM, we can go to Player Run Vendor and buy one with tactics. I'll worry about that later. I just want to really get into wrong. So we're going to run over to the Rune Library, and this time we're going to use Appalling's Rune Library over here. We've been using Jack's. Time to mix it up. Actually, if there is a ID wand here for sale, I think this one sells wands. I'll buy one of those just so I can identify some of the magic stuff. Clumsy, no thank you. Weakness, nah. Mana drain. Identification, mana drain. Weaken. Sorry, I think these are off screen here. Lightning. I'm assuming this is going to be a heal. This is going to be, don't know, I don't think there's any ID wands. Okay, too bad. Off we go to wrong. Into the rune library. This one is the dungeon book here. I'm going to drop one scroll to charge the book, and we will cast wrong. Now here we are at the dungeon wrong. If you've never been here before, it's a pretty cool design of a dungeon. Functionally, I'm not sure it's one of my favorites, just because the monsters that have historically been in here have never been too enticing from like the perspective of making it worth your time to grind and get a whole bunch of gold in here. But the design is super cool, and I appreciate that. Decorative armor welcoming us here. We've discovered the dungeon wrong. Here's deadly poison macroing away in the buff. Alright, we move in. And first up is a lizard. I think I noticed that the music was a little quiet, so I'm going to bump that up a tiny bit because I like to hear the music. If it gets to be annoying, give me some feedback in stream and I'll adjust it again later. So today we're going to do a little dungeon crawl through the dungeon wrong and see how our favorite knight Grimace holds up. Sorry, I'm messing around with chat, not fighting this lizard man. Get over here. Are you even attacking? What's going on? There we go. He is swinging, so that's something. Okay, lizard man down. Now I did determine after a while, I think the bones from last episode, bones are selling at like 10 to 15 gold per. So I had 200 by the time I was done, half with half of an intent to collecting those. So that's, a good chunk of gold. I wonder if these spined leather hides are the same. I think they're significantly more heavy though than like say a stack of bones. Okay, we'll take care of that snake. I think we can take these. Oh, you know what we were gonna do? This is the play. We were going to snoop an NPC's bag because snooping, and I think it might only be at GM, 7x GM, not 7x GM, but 700 real capped skills. When you can snoop somebody's bag and gain dexterity. So let's try. You fail to peek into the container. Did that give me? Did not make me great. I am losing a lot of karma though. Not sure how I feel about that. Did I gain any dexterity? I don't know that I did. I'm gonna have to pay more attention on this next one. Lizard man down. And let's carve up this, take the hides. Just in case. Okay, so we're going to come in here. I think we can take all that pretty easily, so we'll provoke this. Take on Rosemary and... I'm not even going to try to say that name. Sisas. Can I go up your paper doll? Thank you. We'll take out this one. So 46 dex. I'm going to spam this. Oh, dude, yeah. Like pretty instantly got another one. It's worth it. Absolutely worth it. We need that dexterity. Want that to be, pretty high. I haven't decided what the stats are. If you have a dexer, let me know what I ought to have this at. I'm assuming higher dex, a bit lower strength, so that I'm not getting smoked in Mind Blast. Probably something like that. Or, actually, it's probably the sweet spot for a bandage applying is where the dex should be. And let's get Alita here. Provoked onto that one. Oh, we got another one. And a snake. We got a whole party. Let's get this paper doll open and spam the peeking into the backpack here. I don't even have my health up here. There we go. Let me kill this snake. I hate hate poison, and I got poisoned. Well, we'll continue to snoop here. Still poisoned. Did I get a bandage going? Yeah, bandage is running. I do need to use a total refresh. That's nice. That's the play right there. So bandage failed? Okay, well. That was quite the death scream. That seems unnecessary. Do a quick peek into the bag here. What you got in your backpack there? He says, not creepy at all. Alright, time to die then. Alright, we'll take your gold. We'll take your gold. Nah, anything else not worth it. Let's see. This thing died. 10 gold on it. Tina and Edward. Let's go Tina, backpack, kill Edward, peek into this one. Well, we got a party over here. Alright. How about you two fight? Leave me alone to take a peek here in these bag. Oh yeah, Dex is going up wicked fast. Good call, whoever suggested that. I don't remember who it was. But that is indeed the play. Gonna lose a lot of karma, but I think it's worth it. Okay, I don't think... Well, you know what? I'll kill the rats because I think they count towards the kill for Dungeon of the Week. Number of mobs that have been killed. Oh, it's deadly poison. Sounds deadly. You look deadly. Let us fight together. I would love some company. Oh, I thought you meant, like, on the same team. How are you not gray to me? I don't understand why you're not gray. So if I attack you... Oh no, you're attacking the... You're attacking the snake. I thought you poisoned me. It's been a long day. I'm hardly awake right now. Wanted to get a little bit of skill gain in before I go to bed. Thank you, deadly poison. You want to get tired, your eyes are like painful to keep awake. That's at the point that I'm at right here. All right, let's open up the paper doll and spam that real quick before it dies. There's another dexterity. Great. So we're at 50. I think we've gained like 4 points of dex. There's another one. 5. Cranking it here. This is going to make me rude. We're admirable. Let's see how far we've gotten here. Open paper doll. The proper... we'll get it back. We'll get that back pretty easily. Let's run a bandage. This is pretty painful here, but I do want to get this dexterity up. 53, 54, 55. This is money right here. 56. Let's run a bandage. Some skill gain there. 57. Now, what stat should I set to here? I think I'm going to go... What is the max for the shortest duration of bandages? I think it was like 90 something. How many total do you have? Oh my goodness. There's an entire dragon in here. Hail, brave tamer. That will make quick work of about everything. Okay, our dex 65, 66. This is wild. Yeah, I'll just spam this here for a few more, a few more minutes. Probably terribly boring, but there goes a garden snake. It's one of the animals used for the tamer's bonding quest. When you start with a tamer here, you can bond one pet for free. After that, you have to complete the field guidebook quest. '71 dexterity. Going up. 73. Holy cow, this is so fast. The buckler and smaller shield will block more often. Ooh. Ooh. I like that. Ooh, that is excellent info. That's a great move. Yeah. Same reason I was using the club earlier, so that I get skill gain more often. Same thing with parry. Ah, that should have been the move right away. I didn't realize that. Good tip. Good tip. Okay, so I'm gonna stick it out in here for a bit longer because I'm already in here. Open paper doll. Let's get that back up. Prominent. Let's get up into the 90s here. Find another human. There's quite a few in this area. And there's also traps that I'm just tromping all over here. Oh, let's kill this rat. So yeah, we'll take out stuff until another human spawns. We'll spam that snooping up until we get to the 90s dexterity, and then kill some stuff and go back. Wonder if I think he's probably going to clear that other side too. Aha! So parrying works differently here. Let's see. This is good info. It's half your skill's chance. Okay. So my skill, I keep covering it up over here. Skills parry is 90.6, so 45.3. Attacks reduced by half the shield armor. Ah, so attack would be reduced by 45.3 here. Archery full armor. So parry works well against arrows. Ooh. Aha. That will serve me well in future combat. But yeah, better armor, it seems, is simply better. I thank thee. I do need to read up on that. There's a really good codex here. This server is, if you're not familiar with Ultima Online, it's a free. This server is a free server run by Quick. It's Ultima Online New Dawn, and it's fantastic. uonewdawn.com. Go over there, and there's a little Discord link for getting set up. Follow the instructions. It's super easy. But there's also an informative page that has all kind of the specific information that's dialed into this server, because some of them are different. Most of them have kind of the same core mechanics, but some of it's a little bit different. I need to go read up on that because I haven't played a Dexter too much, especially not a Macer, and definitely never a parrying tune. One of the reasons I wanted to do this character is because it's a little bit outside of my knowledge, and this is kind of how you learn. You do it. Pick up some info from other great players. I'm just going to run around until I die from these traps. This is kind of silly. Oh, can I grab that from over here? Get over here, rat. Alright. Alright, let's get a humanoid to pop here. I think I can see the traps if I look closely. I don't like walking slowly. I like running around like a maniac. Not a humanoid, but I'll bet one is about to spawn. Let this next one spawn, and then I'll just spam the snooping on it. And get it up to, what is the total skills? Is it 225? I think it's 225. So I'm guessing I should probably go something like... Man, I don't know. I know that there's an optimal build for preventing Mind Blast in PvP, but kind of just accepting the fact that he's not going to do that well in PvP. Well, we'll gain it up into the 90s and then worry about figuring out optimal numbers later. How do we get into the outer edge? I don't remember this. Again, I never spent too much time in wrong here. Oh, that's the move. Okay, just go around the edge here. And then the sparkles go to... I don't recall. I think it goes to another dungeon. This would be pretty good for Scholar of the Week. You could just kind of park your character over here. Although anybody who comes into this room would see you. Just sitting over here, macroing away. So what are the other dungeons of the week? Let's see. While we're waiting, I'm going to type in bracket DOTW. The other dungeons of the week is Hythloth as the Boon of the Slayer. So the creature may drop Slayer type weapons. That's kind of nice. Shame is a good one because you've got blood elementals, elder gazers, and it's a gold rush. So creatures drop increased gold. That's really nice. Terathan Keep is the Rift Surge. I like the Rift Surge ones. I just don't care for Terathan Keep. It's a nightmare to walk around in. I don't enjoy hanging out there. And then wrong, last one is Scholar's Week. So. Well, I'm not going to just stand around here, wait for a spawn. Let's go kill some stuff. We're here to gain skills, after all. Okay. Lizard down. Let's go ahead and skin it. Boom. And we'll take that spined leather and cut it down further. There's another spawn on the other side of humanoids that I can snoop into their bags. But I'm assuming... Oh, no, he didn't clear it all. Okay, well, great. Let's provoke these two. And then I can do this without getting beat on. Although it's not a bad thing to get beat on here because I could gain healing while I'm raising my stamina. Okay, stamina is 76, or dexterity rather. Let me kill this snake. Great. Dead. Okay, now we're 76. Now let's spam this. See how fast it goes. 77. Oh, it's dead. Well, okay. I didn't even actively fight him. You're just terrified by my very presence. Let's get these two provoked, just because I need the skill gain. I think there's one in this. Yes, Joliani? Well, whatever your name is, you're next. I need to do a little research on the mace weapons. I'd like to know which ones are better at what. Because I assume they all at least have some kind of special, you know, something that makes them unique. Okay, I'm not going to kill Jolene. I'm going to snoop her bag. 78. 78 and climbing. Go in and out of combat. Maybe I was just auto-swinging against her after that last one attacked me. $79, $80. Man, this is going quick. Parrying skill 90.6. I don't remember what it was when I started here. I really ought to write that down. Music in this dungeon is so cool. So creepy. This would be a great dungeon to play natural lighting, not using a night potion. Turn the lights off in your house. Play it in the dark. Pretty creepy. 84, 85. I think you need to come fight me, Noonie. Oh wait, you're Nunu, not Noonie. Sorry, I keep getting you guys mixed up. Look at this dexterity gain. I'm at 90. I can't. What was I when I came in here? Something like the 60s. Somebody told me to snoop, and this is the play. What's max stats? Is it? It's not 105. It just stopped here. Or 205. It's 225, right? Who's max stats? Yeah. Okay, it's still going. 225. Yeah, that's right. Thank you. So I guess I ought to take this all the way to 100 because I've got the room for it, and then figure out what the stats are later. Oh, I should zoom in because this is a much better view there. $97, 3 more, 2 more, 98. And then this poor bandit's gonna die. 99, and that's 100. Time to die. Excellent. Okay, dude, we're rocking. And now, the nice thing about this, I wasn't even paying attention to my health. Bandages are going to apply much faster. Should be 8 seconds, I think. And I almost died to a trap. Yep, 8 seconds. Look at that. Hit. And where is the trap? Okay, I see A wall trap there, floor spikes there, floor spikes there. Should be good to move through this. Full heal. Oh man, I should have done that like first thing. Good to know. If I ever choose to do this again. Does it make my music? I don't think it makes my music play faster. Like a faster time between provoke. I don't think that's a dex-based thing. Okay, and now we've got our dexterity up where we want it. We will just clear the dungeon to raise the Scholar Week. Get those skills. Oh man, I am so tired. My eyes keep shutting on me. Must get skill. Sleep later. I am in wrong. Scholar Week is wrong. This is where I'm at. I think, right? Please tell me I'm not losing my mind. This is wrong. I immediately knew. Yeah, oh thank goodness, because I thought it was me. Because when you came in, you said, "You know what I'm going to say?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm here though." I did. I finally listened to your advice. And it is genius advice. Okay, let's get these two things fighting. Get a bandage running. I don't know why anatomy's not going up. Is it only based on heal? I thought it was also combat. I guess I'm not using bandages enough. I also hate fighting humanoids because when they die, it sounds like I died. And my heart jumps just a little bit. Just a little bit. Okay, lots of traps. 2 lizard men back there. I don't see traps here, so it should be good. Yeah, okay, good. 'Cause I've been, putting out a little bit of combat, and it's been 99.8 since the end of my last stream. It's just RNG. 99.8 on anatomy. When these things get stuck, this is what creates the myth of I should eat a fish steak and then it'll start working. And then it does, and you're like, oh, see? Eating helps skill gain, even though it's not really a thing. Oh, you know what? I should make sure that I'm not at 700. I swear, if I have other skills, if I've been fighting this whole time, oh, I'm such an idiot. I'm glad you said something. So I've got wrestling, 10 skill wrestling that isn't doing me any good. Tailoring for some reason. What an absolute... Okay, I'm just going to lock all these real quick. Probably just point them down. It's about the same thing, but I like visually looking at them and knowing they're not messing with me here. Okay, I was capped. That's why I wasn't gaining any skill. What an absolute moron. Okay, and I still had majory. Jeez, this is lovely. Get that set, that's set. Okay. Even with half a brain, we can now Continue to gain skill in Scholar. It didn't matter if it was Scholar's Week or not, if you're not bright enough to make sure you have the skill. We're gonna GM this here in like these next two mobs. I should have checked that when I noticed that it didn't change for like a half an hour of fighting earlier. Alright, let's just clear everything, because every one of these mobs dying matters. This will drive the Scholar's Week. Reginald, time to die, buddy. Haha, 99.9 anatomy. Yeah, that was it. I think we got some Ettins over here. Let's go kill some Ettins. A troll? Ooh, there's a succubus. Yeah, I'm gonna hard pass on that thing. I don't know that I'd ever be prepared for that. Although I probably would be if I could get a provoke off. I definitely can't here. I'm gonna try to pull that Ettin and troll next. Make sure it doesn't run back in there. Well, I think I'm going to go natural light here for a minute. This is kind of adding to the tension here. 114 gold. Okay, now what we're going to try to do is grab these two without the succubus. Oh, they can see? They have line of sight from there? Well, interesting. I'm going to have to fight on this side of them. The one regret I have with going with pairing is that I can't hold a torch, because I could see in here if I was holding a torch. And then I get the vibe lighting. You know, a good suggestion would be some kind of reward or something would be a shield. Something that imbues your shield with like the light, the equivalent light of a torch. I don't know that anybody would ever care, but I think that'd be pretty sweet, because I could cruise around, get a little bit of light, and could be a glowing shield. That'd be pretty cool. Yeah, there goes musicians. Musicianship's going up now. Am I not close enough? Why am I not hitting these things? Or am I just missing? No, I think I wasn't close enough. No, 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 not back in there. Okay, let's see. I don't think I could get a provoke off on it, but I sure want to try. Grimace is always down to try something once, even if it's foolish. Run away! Well, she didn't even budge. I think she did take a look. She took a look at me. I have no business fighting these. Anything on the outside? It's just a troll and a harpy. I don't think we're interested in any of that. We'll move back on. We could move further in to fight the executioners, but they'll probably rock my world as well. My provoke skill's just not quite up to the task, I don't think. Kind of an awkward dungeon wrong, because this stuff to me is all too low level, cheesy. But the next level in, fighting the executioners, is probably a little too difficult for me. Shield lamp, I am so down. What reward system would that be attached to? Riffs. I need role-playing shards. these two snakes. And the rat. And the other rat. Grandmaster Anatomy. Okay, that's the third GM skill. We're a 3x GM. Natural skills. All natural skills. No macroing. Not that that's a point of pride. I mean, it's more foolish than anything. This is... If you haven't played this before, it's super easy to get a 7x GM, really. Macro your tunes fighting against each other. Pretty simple macros. I'm not that good with macro writing, script writing, but pull it off pretty easily. I think the other thing I need to do when I get back to town is to pick up these GM crafted instruments. I think I have enough gold that I can just afford to only run with those. I have these newbie instruments because I was dead broke when I started, but I think I've got enough assets now that it's probably worth it just to improve the ability of getting successful provokes off. That faster bandage timer is so nice. That dexterity all the way up to whatever it is to get to 8 seconds. I don't remember the number, but that has been a nice addition. And a higher chance of being successful on curing poison. That's nice too. It was brutal there for a while. Little Grimace was dying to every poison. We got around the outside here. Let's take a look. Take out the rat. Anything else around here? Wonder where the rat is holding 10 gold. Okay, I can't get across there. I did start this character with 50 magery because I thought I would go like a dex mage, and then I decided that this is more of a role-playing character, and he really doesn't strike me as a magic user. Except we use scrolls to get around, so I guess he is on some level. But not a GM mage. So even though I picked it as one of my initial skills, I'm ending up dropping it. You know, I'm getting kind of tired of bouncing back and forth here. I think I am going to go further in just to see. Let's see how bad the executioners are. Discover the Dungeon of Wrong, level 2. So straight down here is kind of the executioner's hangout. I'm going to go up here on this other arm. Looks like somebody has been here ahead of me. Okay, well this is clear. Oh my. I just stepped on 2 floor traps and just about got nuked. So I see the trap there now. I gotta just learn where these are. There's one there. And then was it the floor or the wall trap here? Oh no, it's that big fat spike right there. Okay. Does that flip switch do anything? I think it's just deco. Okay, there's a trap there, trap right over there. Gotta commit those to memory so I can run quickly at need. Let's see, did he clear this side? He did. Ooh, there's a troll rift spawn. Let's go kill that. I'm not afraid of your growl, sir. Okay, this will be good because I can get some healing done. Probably get up some parrying skill. Parrying is 90.5. And I got a good feeling a rift is going to spawn on this one. So you can see what a rift looks like if you haven't seen it. Okay, let's see how bad he hits. One DPS troll. You could do better than that. Come on. You're a respawn. Have some pride. Have some self-respect. Hit harder. Okay, here we go. Down he goes. No gate. Well, that's okay. Is this a magic spear? It is. Uh-oh, we got a player coming. Lady Palabok. Friend or foe? Hard to say. Norse Helm, I don't like the look. I love the look of full plate, so even if it was better, I wouldn't really go with it. I think Palabok I've been around before, and it has been friendly. Let's see what an Executioner does. I don't think this is going to go well, but let's give it a quick try. Start a bandage. Lord to Tailplug the Death Knell. Okay, that's who I was talking to earlier. Seems friendly enough. I don't think I need to worry about getting attacked. But you never keep your back. You always watch your back. I might be able to tank an Executioner. This is wild. I thought I'd have to provoke these guys in order to take them on. It's not bad. I just tested. War Axe does not get the added benefit from stamina drain from macing. Ah, so this isn't the weapon of choice for a Dexer like me. Also, the stam drain seems to be damage dependent. Well, it's a fine weapon. True. Fastest one-hander. What is it doing when it does that thunder thing? But the stam drain will make your enemies swing slightly. That's what I need. Yeah. That is what I need. Oh, why can't I type? Yeah. That's what I need. Drain their stamina. So the club is what to use then? What about this maul? Folks scoff at the humble club, but it is a fine weapon. Hail, welfare cheese! A fine beast you have there. Good luck to ya. Piles of gold. Well, I feel like maybe I ought to go look. I don't remember if the vendor at the Pause Keep has clubs. So this character, I've chosen to only use the resources he can get himself. So even though my other characters have plenty of stuff, I probably have a pile of those. He really can't get them unless he buys them at fair market value. So I'd probably get Aragorn to find them, put them on the vendor at price, and then he can go and buy them for whatever he'd buy those weapons from anybody else. but I don't know that I have the time to do it right now. Let me take a look. Where is Aragorn? He is there. Okay, let me take a quick look while Grimace is beating on stuff in here. What do we got? Snakes. Snakes. More snakes. These snakes are nice because they get easy kills up for Dungeon of the Week stats. Maybe a rat and a snake too. Okay, rat down, snake, rat. This Dungeon of the Week system is super nice because you get into wrong. I honestly probably would not be in here. Don't really like wrong that much. Get over here. Okay, while that's beating, let me take a look at my loot stash over here on Aragorn. I'm going through. I've got some mace weapons. I don't see a club. Pickaxes. I think I just stopped picking up clubs. Eminently accurate, massive club of vanquishing. Okay. So I'll put that one on the vendor. Anything in here? It doesn't look like it. Okay, so I'll go put this one. And I'll come over here and get it and show y'all where the vendor's at. Oh, there is a club here, but it doesn't have tactics. So that one, what are these going for? 1,000. So I'll put this one down as 2,000 just so that it's fair. 2,000 gold. Okay. So we've got that set up now. Hey, what's up, Squid? Welcome back. Ooh, 15 to 20k from your first house. Nice. You haven't been here that long either. That's pretty good. What's your first house? What design are you going with? I think I'm going to take a quick run back to Oklo and deposit the gold and then go buy that club. That was a really good tip there from Tailplug. So what do we got? Got some gold. Drop that off. Nice. We got 60. What was that? Just about 62k gold. Nice. Should probably sell that. I feel like the music here is quite loud, but it's beautiful. I got a recall scroll. Put those bottles away. The Merchant Villa. Oh, I do like that Merchant Villa. That's a good one. Yeah. We're going to run over to Pause real quick and buy a new weapon from a vendor. Got a hot tip about using a club because it drains stamina from my enemies. So fighting those executioners, going toe to toe with something like that, draining their stamina will make them swing slower, and I'll take less damage. So I think that's the move. Okay, here is the Ramparts of Pause. This is the keep over here by the village of Pause. A couple of vendors in here that sell all kinds of stuff. And I'm going to buy this Vanquishing for 2,000. And buy this one as a backup, just to keep in the bank. So that's 3k we spent on some weapons. Now, if you're watching, there's a little vendor right here. I don't know if anybody knows about it, but I always put free stuff on here. This is a free, eminently accurate crossbow of Vanquishing. A couple weapons of power here. These leather pants of whatever that was, fortification. Anyway, a little hot tip for my special viewers. I can't figure out if I want people around and a Moongate. Close-ish remote and petty with no chance for people to see. Ah, man, I don't know. The other thing to consider for me is, like, does it have a special place in my heart from playing on previous? Like, for me, I love this Vesper area by Covetous because that's where I used to live at launch in the 90s. So I'm always kind of drawn there. And then I liked the Cove because it was simple and quiet, that area. But now Cove's gone. Pause is it's my new home. But yeah, moon gates are always so nice because it's convenient. But, you know, if you have magery, you got to ask, like, why not just recall around? Do I really need to be close? Okay, we've got 68k, and we've got a good club with some stats. Eminently accurate. Why didn't it bump up my stats? Let's see. Oh, it did. Plus 15. That's nice. Yeah, once you get some major, it's kind of like you could live anywhere pretty much. Where did you have a house at in Second Age? Let's charge it with a recall scroll. Head on over to Wrong for them sweet, tasty gains. There's some skill gainers now. Feanor, Deadly Poison. I salute the bravery. It's risk reward, right? You get some PK who comes in here and just annihilates you. But you could get away with get some high gains on those skills. Oh, this music's so good. This club is pretty fun. It is kind of cool to just beat somebody with a club here. Beat these rats down. Yeah, I think I've got the goal for this guy is to get a castle with all these natural skill gains and his own resources. And I know the spot to place it. It's where I would put our first castle way back in the day. But yeah, right now his first house was out by the Cove. It's nice because, I mean, I would love population to be a lot higher for sure. That makes it fun. But for now, you got, you know, a lot of decent spots still open for sure. Yeah, I like making self-limiting kind of goals. Makes the game fun. Not that I'm not having fun doing all the other stuff on my other characters, but it's kind of a thing to focus on that I'm enjoying. And honestly, one of my favorite things about UO is learning. There's still so many things I don't know. So forcing myself to play something like this forces me to learn. Oh no, I don't want to pick that up. I was clicking through it. That's the other thing I thought was close to some place I like to farm a lot. So, you know. Well, this dungeon is pretty well covered here. There's not a lot of room for other people, so I wonder what's on this next level here. Certain death, likely. Discovered Dungeon of Wrong, level 3. So this fire can't be good. What else is in here? imagine like mundane spawns here. That's pretty cool, but it seems like we could do something in here. Add some cool spawn or something. Yeah, I think Wrong needs a little bit of love. With 3 of us in here, it's kind of all farmed out. Well, let me kill a couple more things while we're here. Check out this snake. I haven't got a single dungeon dye material. I'm kind of surprised. Usually killing all these low-level mobs, I end up with 1 or 2. Found the trap. I could be playing my instrument. That's what I ought to be doing. Ooh, Discord would have been a good one. I thought about using that on this tune. Or Peacemaking, mostly because I hadn't done it before. I do like Discord. It just makes things so much faster. And what I'd like to do is I'd like to be able to tank, maybe not one-on-one, but hold my own against some dragons. And Discord would really help with that. Just pop them and weaken them a bit. Makes killing them a lot faster. I don't know what I would give up if I picked up something like Discord. Because I've got Anatomy, Healing, Mace, Music, I guess Parry. Maybe I'll play with Parry for a while and see how I like that. I can always swap it out for Discord later. That's what I was thinking, is sticking with parrying for the Dragon's Breath. It's my favorite thing to do, is to fight dragons. I love Dustard. Well, there's not much going on in here, unfortunately, so I think I'm going to run back out. Painter's off his horse. What you doing, my lad? Okay, we'll go to Oklo. Let's run back to town. See what the kids have to say. You're slower than a snail in molasses, Grimace Grimoire. Oh yeah? Certainly somebody's trying to attack these kids. They're gray. Okay, let's stock up for the next run here. I've got 20 bandages. I'm going to get 30 more. A few more heals here. Not too many. Oh, that's cure potions. 9. Sounds good. 7. Fine. Man, if I could get somebody to mark a rune here. Let's try another go at finding a mage. No. No. Somebody's always killing all the animals over here looking for those pet quest things. I think I do have some gems. Yeah, let's sell those since we're over here. Vendor, sell. Ooh, 3 diamonds, like that. A couple rubies, a citrine, and a star sapphire. And I guess we'll sell these 2 weapons. Ooh, let's kill this blower. Hope for a peculiar seed. Negative, Ghost Rider. And I think Gaspar is the weapons man. Sell. Good, sir. Okay, sell those off. Let's see, what gold do we have? 816 from selling that stuff. Not bad. And the total gold, 69k. So I guess I should look and see if there's another house that we would prefer. Not really using a house too much, to be honest. So we placed a house at 43.8k, and if I was to get rid of that house, it just puts that same amount of gold right back into my bank, so I'm not losing anything. So effectively I have 43.8k stashed away in that property value. So with this 60k combined with that, I've got over 100k, so I could upgrade. But it looks like probably not to something. A 2-story log cabin, that would be pretty cool for Grimace. That might fit his vibe. I wonder if we can get a 2-story log cabin to fit over there by Destard. That might be the next move, because then he can... Let's go take a look over there at Destard real quick. I just want to see if there's a good spot. To get to Destard, we could run, but we're going to use a gate, and I'm using Pauling's rune library. Sorry, not a gate, a library. Let's go check out the Destard area real quick. Because my objective would be to get to provoking drakes. Okay, here we are at Destard. Okay, not going to go in because I'll be tempted to try to provoke stuff and I'll just end up dying. But I should run this instrument while looking around. Okay, so the footprint of a log cabin is kind of a unique because it's narrow, so it can fit in some places that some of those boxier footprints won't. Like right here, I wonder if it'll fit here or if that's in the zone of the swamp where I think houses still can't be placed in the swamp. Yeah, you do. Yeah, I don't know if you remember some of the other servers or at the old school UO, but if you bought a house deed and sold it back, you'd lose some percentage of it. Here, yeah, you get the full value back. It's kind of nice. Let's see if it'll fit here. Okay, yeah, the swamp zone is stopping us, and I think that tree would stop us if I move it back further. Let's try. You already own a house, may not place it. So I guess it could. I guess it could fit here. It's kind of annoying that I have to drop my other house in order to see if it'll fit. Let's try again. 2-story log cabin. It sure feels to me like that tree is going to be too close. No, I think it would fit right there. Oh man, that would be nice. That's a decent spot. And a cabin fits his vibe. Somebody's already got a little house here. Couple screens away from Destard's pretty nice. Pretty nice. Like Blackie's got this nice little spot here next to Destard. Yep, Lord Blacklow. Fine spot there, sir. Probably fit a small house here. Anything else out here in the woods? I kind of like his stuff to be tucked away in the woods. And then we get kind of far away from the dungeon here. Well, that might be the next place. Yeah, this is a little too far away, I think. I think grizzly bears... No, I think they spawn the other bear, whatever the pet taming quest bear is. Yeah, you can see the ghost of placing it, but you can't actually place it if you have another house. I mean, it's nice that you at least get to see it. So if I picked, I don't know, something wild here, like this large gray keep with a corner, it shows me this, so I can at least take a look. And I think it does show you limited placement here, so if I do this, it's going to give me all kinds of fails. So I can see that there's plenty of things stopping me from placing it here. And that's even with a house. I have a house place already, but you can kind of explore. And what I like about this is instead of having to buy all of the deeds. I've got one tool that I can see what the house styles look like. Okay, well I'm going to remember that spot. I think this is uneven terrain here, so we can't place it there. Oh, hey, do you have one of these house placement tools? I'm going to hand it over to you. You can keep it if you need it. If you need to place a house. Those are like 10K. Oh, you got one. Okay. Then you're set. Okay, I think I'm going to jump back to town. I'm totally not going to provoke something. Oh, I'm absolutely going to go try to provoke something. Not a dragon. That won't work. Not a dragon. Still not a dragon. Every time I come in here, there's nothing but wyverns and drakes. Now I'm surrounded by dragons. Why do you do this to me? I wanted like a serpent. Another dragon, of course. And a little baby snake. Snakes and dragons, there's nothing in between. I could provoke these snakes. That's for sure. That dragon gets a whiff of me and I'm hosed. Let's go kill this snake. Look at all these snakes. Yeah, he's on to me. This isn't good. He's still on to me. And there's going to be more over there, so... Time to beat a hasty retreat. Take the fire. No way. Did you see that fire breath? You feel your shield absorbing fire breath damage. That did nothing. That is awesome. I cannot wait to fight these dragons with this macer. Alright. That's fun. Okay, let me take this gate and get out of here. That's very promising. Okay, let's drop off our stuff here. What do we got? Anything? I think I kind of already cleaned up my bag. Yeah, we're good. Okay, well, hopefully next time there'll be a little more progress in wrong, so the skill gains faster. Maybe a few less people, or more spawn. We'll just talk to Quick and say, hey, get some increased spawn up in that thing. Most importantly, we got another GM skill. So it's mace fighting, tactics, and anatomy that are GM'd. And I determined that indeed I was a moron and was already skill capped. That's totally on me. Well, thanks for coming along for the ride. Oh, nice. So you got the money for it and you got a spot, not enough space. Ah. Yeah, that size of a property you're going to look for is a bit bigger. Tons of spots, but maybe not where you want it, you know. Good luck with the placement on that one. Kind of have the fun exploring the overworld, looking for a cool spot to drop your house on. Well, I'm going to have to see where you put it when you finally decide to. Shoot me a pic of it. Well, that's the end of Grimace's adventures for today. Until next time, y'all take care. Cheers.